I've been up since 1:30 this morning. This is my new wake up time. You know, I get my big old 3 hours of sleep, but it seems like no matter what time I go to sleep, I'm up at 1:30 in the morning. And as you know, I made a video early this morning talking about me trying to integrate that portal, the 1111 portal energies, which I've been dealing with since 11/1, since November 1st. But I had like a big, rainbow wave hit me and everything. And it was a twin flame energy, and it was also a destiny energy also. What you're destined to do. Those are two things, twin flame and destiny energy. Those were the two energies that really came hard with this portal that's wide open today. With that also, remember the Venus retrograde still in full effect, which is why I'm making this video, because towers are blowing up everywhere. Okay. And literally from 1:30, when I was woken up by my daughter freaking out. Well, it even started before that. My sister and a friend of mine before that texting. Towers was just blowing up all around me yesterday. Not mine in particular, except for that it wasn't a tower blowing up, just that portal experience I had for hours while dealing with this. So, but as you could hear, I'm doing fine because I took a walk while I was dealing with everybody else's towers, trying to help them sift through their rubbish. I took a walk throughout the neighborhood, and I integrated the energy. I grounded the energy. So I'm feeling good right now. So the title of this is coming from me, my higher self, Lady V. Okay. Advice. All right. For all you out there, to help you with all these tower energies you're dealing with. Okay. And it's called What to Do When Lightning Strikes Your Tower. And the card, it's not even from the traditional tower deck that I see. It's the Lady of Lightning, because for me, she represents Venus in retrograde energy. And what you're seeing right here is a beloved drag queen from my area, from the South Beach area, Miss Latrice Royale. And this fits so perfectly, which is, I actually send the GIF to my daughter. The first thing you do when the tower explodes, when the lightning hits your tower, is you do the 5 Gs. Good God, get a grip, girl or guy. Okay, first step, 5 Gs, please. Okay, good God, get a grip, girl or guy. You cry, you feel, you moan, you punch, you kick, you complain for a bit. Then you have to pull in the 5 Gs, because of the time period we're in. We do not have time to be expending that kind of energy, because remember, those darker forces, those 4D energies lurking about. Oh, wow. I'm looking at a rainbow right now. Holy cow. I wish I could take a picture of it. I'm going to take a picture of it. It's in my room. Right above me. Wow. Cool. So the first thing that you have to do is get that grip. I'm so distracted by this rainbow. The first thing you have to do is get that grip, because remember, they're feeding off of that negative energy. And the second thing you do is you respond and not react. That you're getting a grip, you're doing your 5 Gs so you could respond and not react to the situation. You have to try to get out of that reactive stage as fast as you possibly can. You really do. And the way you get that grip is by seeing it from a higher perspective. Pull yourself out of that lower perspective. Like when it came to my sister, without putting all her business out there, it had to do with her marriage. And when I was in Georgia, her husband took off with another woman. He's been taking off with this woman for years, but then they decided to take it to the next level. And my sister was just reacting. And I was trying to get her to respond to the situation. But as you know, when you try to help people who are in the throes of this reaction, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, they always turn on you. So of course she churned on me, but me being used to it, it's my older sister, so I've been there, done that with her. And she's always had these type of reactions with relationships. I was like, you know what? When you do your 5Gs and you get your grip, you call me. And I didn't talk to her. And she called me last night because she got a grip. And she's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I decided to do this. I did exactly what you told me to do, blah, blah. I feel so much better, but I'm scared. I'm like, you're allowed to be scared. You're allowed to be nervous. But you get a grip and you see the way clear, especially when you have other people depending on you, like her and 6 kids. You get a freaking grip, and you better get a grip fast, especially if you're a parent. Now, my daughter, unfortunately, she had an accident at work. She's a chef, and she literally severed the tip of her finger last night. So she was freaking out on top of that. Thank goodness, she's okay. But she did lose the top of her middle finger because it got caught in the deli slicer. So send out healing energy to my daughter. She's freaking out with that. And then when she gets home, the boyfriend, who's the fiance, who's been watching the baby for the past 20 hours, gets upset because he's like, oh, the house is a mess and, you got to clean it up. And that's kind of fucked up considering she just chopped off her finger and she was just coming off of a double shift. So she gets into it with him. And screaming and crying, he leaves because she starts getting physical. And I've said, you need to do your 5Gs right now and not get physical. Number one, he didn't put his hands on you, so you keep your damn hands to yourself. Do not go down that route. And they had been arguing prior to that over the baby. So I'm like, she's like, I know he's being resentful. I was like, yeah, because he's been home, working at home. He works from home, watching the baby while you're working all these double shifts. A guy's going to get resentful no matter what. That's going to happen. Especially when you have a 2-year-old who throws epic tantrums. So, I told her, she was in the closet screaming and crying. I'm like, you need to get a grip right now. Get a hold of your emotions. You're tired. Your finger's messed up. Take some pain medication. I'm going to send you some healing energy. Go sleep. Yeah, but he's in the bed. Why do you need to sleep in the bed? Why even stress it? Go sleep on the goddamn couch. You have a nice couch. Go sleep on it. Shut up. Go sleep on the couch. And then you have to do the next day. Plan it out a little bit real quick in your head so you don't wake up. You can go to sleep with not too many worries. Write it down real quick. Start responding as soon as possible because the energy, I literally just felt the energy being sucked off of her, just sucked off and sucked off and sucked off of her. And it's about getting a grip. So when these tower moments happen, and I know it's been happening for a lot of people, even from my subscribers, you cry, you're in your feelings for the moment, and then you get that grip and you respond and stop reacting. When I was telling her to get a grip initially, after 2 hours of conversation, it's like, okay, enough. You're getting worse. You're not getting better. You need to calm down. It's going to happen. Yes, he is upset. Yes, he is reacting to being stuck in the house 3 days in a row with the baby while you're working doubles. Yes, that is why he's behaving that way. This is nothing new. This is nothing for you to fall apart on. My daughter's really big on reacting. She's a real drama queen. She's always been that way since she was 2. She's one of those people. I'm like, this is what drives you down the road of substance abuse. This is what drives you down the road of saying things and, reacting physically. This is what happens when you get so stuck in your emotions. And that's what the darker energy wants. It wants you to be stuck in your emotions. It wants to keep you there. It doesn't want you to see your way clear. Just remember that you're feeding dark energy with that reactionary moment. And, she accused me of not having emotions. You never have emotions. And like I said before, this is the way I've mostly been almost all my life because I've always been able to view it from that perspective. Like my sister never understood. She used to tell me, just cry when my mom, my uncle would attack me and I wouldn't cry because I was able to disassociate myself. And I saw that demon in them and I didn't want to feed it because I noticed the more I feed it, the happier it got. I felt it just growing in strength. So I knew to hold everything, not even cry. And I was able to disassociate to the point where I didn't feel the pain, which almost made it worse because that was her whole thing. She used to say, I want to see you bleed. I want to see you bleed. I want to hear you scream. And when you're bleeding, I mean, I was bleeding, but I wasn't screaming. And I could actually stand outside of myself and I could watch my body being devoured by this beast and not feel it. And it's not to say anyone can get to that point, not to say you have to get to that point. But like I said, you're feeding the beast with those lower emotions. And that's what they want. Everything's reactionary. As you could see on TV, everything's reactionary. And it's everything to try to make you feel as bad as possible. Look at all those movies out there. Even their so-called feel-good movies are bullshit. Like I said, this is topsy-turvy world. 3D's down because they want to merge with us. They want to completely take us over. So stop feeding the beast. Step outside of yourself to get a bigger perspective on the situation, and stop, view the person who's causing that reaction from you with 5D eyes and not 3D eyes. It takes a lot of practice. It does. It takes so much practice to do that. And it's not to say there haven't been times where I haven't caught myself reacting instead of responding. But you got to catch yourself quick. Okay, especially now because of where we are, because of a time such as this, we can't mess around with this issue. It's a very serious issue. Okay, so please, 5Gs, please. Good God, get a grip, girl or guy. Okay, Lady V out. Love you guys. And if you're interested in one of my webinars or in a session, you can go to higherrealmholistics.com. My November schedule is out. And at the end of the webinars, we do a protective prayer for everyone and for all of the beings of Gaia, because good God knows we need it now. Okay, we're calling in the angels, we're calling in the Holy Family, and we're putting light and love. We're pulling out our swords of light and love. Okay. So, namaste, Lady V out. Love you guys. And if you have a quick question, you could also email me at higherrealmholistics@gmail.com. Short questions, please. Okay. Thank you.